It's been full moon by the movies.
That's good.
I went out around 11 and still hadn't come over the trees in my yard, so I wasn't staying up till 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, we are live.
Okay. Good evening. Let us begin by acknowledging that we are gathered today in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral, present, and future territory of the Mi'kmaq people. Today, we gather with the intent followed by the living peace and friendship treaties, with respect, cooperation, and coexistence. We are all treaty people. I call this town council meeting to order. It is July 30th, 2026. It is our regular evening meeting, monthly meeting. So I will ask for an approval of the agenda or additions. Councillor Carver?
I would like to add an item under new business, a notice of motion.
Okay, thank you. Councillor.
Mayor, I don't know if you're aware that your camera isn't on.
It must have gone off again. Okay, I turned it on and it just flickers off. I think Councillor Feeney had this problem a couple weeks ago, didn't he?
Oh,
Anyway, let's hope it stays on.
You're there. So I move that the agenda be accepted as amended.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Carr. Second by Councillor McCarron. Make sure I can see all your nameplates because there's a Kleenex box covering yours. Thank you. Okay, we have a motion to add an item to our agenda. All those in favor, signify aye. Opposed? Nay. The motion is carried. Thank you very much. We have the minutes from the July 14th in front of you. They're draft minutes. Were there any errors, omissions? Councillor Carver.
Your worship, under item 9 in the minutes, committee reports, 9.1, the report from the Climate and Environment Advisory Committee.
Yes.
It's the July 2nd draft minutes. I believe that there is a motion that is missing from that summary, and after chatting with the deputy CAO about it, his recommendation is that we postpone approving these minutes until he has an opportunity to check.
Okay. All right, so can we just postpone and wait till the next meeting without a motion?
If everyone's agreeable.
Okay, if everyone agreeable, we can postpone the acceptance of the July 14th minutes.
Sure.
Okay, we will do that. Thank you, Councillor Carver. All right, we will move on to announcements by council members. We have a lot going on and lots of updates. So we'll start with Councillor Carver and Communities in Bloom.
Yes, thank you, Your Worship. I know I've spoken several times about Communities in Bloom in the running up to the event, and we did have two judges, Susan Ellis and Larry Hall, here last week, and our 2 days of touring the town were characterized by lots of rain. So we had Plan B in effect in various places, finding indoor alternatives to the outdoor ones where we could, or where it was really necessary. We did some of it outside in the rain. And they were troopers. I have to say, when I was telling other people about those 2.5 days with the judges and about the tour around the town, showing them the people and the places and the projects, I got very emotional. I might get emotional again, sorry, because I was just so proud of our town, proud of the people and what they're doing and what they're contributing to our community. I think I may be almost the only person in the town of Mahone Bay who's had that privilege of a whole day going from one person to the next and hearing their story and their passion for the community. It was really very impactful. I also want to give a shout out to our local press. Is that showing on the screen? The South Shore Bulletin Kevin McBain has done a fabulous job on providing publicity for the whole Communities in Bloom project. I think he enjoyed it, and he had his new young reporter journalist working on our story, and as Yasmin Diwali, and it was lovely talking with her, and she did a great job on writing up the pre-interview, and she actually met the judges at the bandstand on a rainy day last week and interviewed them as well. And there's another article in the paper this week. So thank you, South Shore Bulletin,
Okay, thank
and
you.
everybody.
And thank you, Councillor Carver. You did a wonderful job representing council and our people in general in Mahone Bay and the Spirit. It was quite a schedule, and I know you tried to keep it on time. And for the most part, I think everything went well. And thank you to all our volunteers that made this happen. It really was a special time, and I was fortunate to be around the judges quite a bit, so I enjoyed it as well, and the Pultermans for their hospitality at the wrap up, and I think Kathy Kate Cox, and then there was Kathy who hosted the
Kathy Gregoire, yes.
Kathy Gregoire,
Yes,
yeah.
in the
Hosted
homes, yeah.
and then had the wrap up meeting and whatnot. So lots of people have played a wonderful part in this.
And if anybody is very eager to know what the evaluation results are, you'll have to wait until October.
And I just want to say a shout out. The judges could not say enough about the profile that was written about our town, and is encouraging and said spread the word, get it out to realtors, make sure people on committees are reading this, newcomers coming to, we have that welcome bag now. It was one of the best they have ever seen, and I think they're going to be spreading the word. If you want to read a profile, go on the Mahone Bay site, because it is very, very well done. So thank you for that, because I'm sure people are going to be referring to that document quite often in the future whenever they're writing something for, even grant applications and whatnot. Sometimes you have to do a profile, and it's wonderful. So thank you. And I'll call on Councillor Boone to give an update on Edgewater Street and our big party next Tuesday.
We have a big party, everybody. And next Tuesday, we're going to be celebrating the grand opening of Edgewater and the Bayway, the new, I'm not going to call it a trail, but it's the Bayway. I've been working with Claire Louise here at the town to really just organize, she's organized the logistics of the event. I've been working on helping to get the music. And so we have quite a good music group lined up. We've got, it'll be from 4:30 till 8 o'clock or 8:30 on Tuesday. We're going to start with Seaside Acapella, who's going to kick it off. We're going to have some presentations and speeches by the mayor, our local MLA, and our local MP, and others potentially. And then we're going to have 3 bands that will be there right on the Bayway underneath the flags. You can join us. We'll have a good time. There's going to be buskers. The bands, Paul Buchanan's band, Danny Banfield, Digging Up Grubs, like these are all local groups. And I will say that there's going to be some fun things with the Scarecrow Festival folks that are going to be joining us, Coastal Action, and a whole bunch of other awesome participants. So really looking forward to that. So it's going to be
all along the trail,
or
the walkway.
Yeah, and we're actually, that's another thing. Yes, we're going to have buskers along the trail, and so you get a chance to see music all the way along and take the walk. So so it's exciting, and I think it's a celebration after a long period of we could call it pain, but we can call it all kinds of things. Everybody's worked
getting the game
all over. Everybody's worked hard. So anyway. But so lots of things so mark your calendars, Tuesday, August 4th, starting at 4:30, and under the Three Flags, the Bayway Trail. All right.
That's great. Any questions for Councillor Bain on that? Oh, Councillor Carver.
Councillor Boone, is there food?
There are
Lemonade
there
and
are-
strawberry shortcake.
Yes, there's lemonade and strawberry shortcake. That's
At the
what,
Peace Garden.
yes, at the
and
Peace Garden.
Where the ribbon, I think the ribbon cutting may be there, not sure for certain if that detail has been confirmed, but, and I think some other places are offering food as well.
Correct, right. So that, I think, so if I understand correctly, and this was not at the churches, I think might be, and I think that Spill the Tea is gonna be there as well, and with a few other things, so, yeah. I'm gonna say there's not a full meal, but it'll be fun. So,
Exactly, and until it lasts.
yes,
So come early.
Yeah.
You never know. I've got a few things here. I have nominations are now open for the 2026 Lunenburg Queens Business Excellence Awards. They have a website and anyone is allowed to submit a nomination and just go to their website. And if you have a business, they don't have to be a new business, they can be an existing business, but I think there is a new business category as well, but they're very different categories and you can nominate a business that you feel has really helped, is unique or has really been successful in your community. So that's an annual celebration in the business communities. I was invited to a couple of things. We have neighbors in councils, and the town of Lunenburg had a big weekend last weekend and extended an invitation to us to join them in the National Trust for Canada. And they had, besides hosting the 75th dory rowing contest at the waterfront, they also had this celebration of their history and their heritage. And I know Councillor Paul Freeman and Councillor McCarron were there, and I was there. Maybe some others of you were there as well at different times. It was a big crowd down at the wharf. It was hard to see who was there or not, but anyway, we enjoyed their hospitality, and it's always nice to support our communities. I also attended last evening, We in the Sea, which is the new exhibit at the Fisheries Museum. It is wonderful. You know, we think that all the fishers in Nova Scotia are you know, local, and yes, they are local, even our loyalists, and it's the story of the loyalists, the Black loyalists, and all the different fishing communities that they have. It's the exhibit currently is at the Fisheries Museum, and it will be there until September sometime. So if you're over there, it's very well done, a wonderful reception. We had people from the Birchtown Museum present, their executive director and some of their staff, and we had folks from the Black Cultural Center and in HRM, and they were there. I saw some of them on TV today doing an interview at Live at 5 and other media sources. So this is a really wonderful exhibit. So please, if you are in Lunenburg, try and take that in while you can. And I just want to again say, hope everyone comes out and invites a friend to come and see us on Tuesday evening, August 4th, we're asking people to extend their long weekend and celebrate with us the opening of the Edgewater Street. Any other, and libraries with Catherine McCarron.
Yes, all the attention that's being focused on libraries with the stories coming out of Annapolis Valley, you know, the trouble they're having. We're so fortunate that South Shore Public Libraries, we can't go on as we are forever, but we've got a very competent and creative CEO who is, we're in fact expanding services. I attended a couple weeks ago an opening of Zoe Valley Library, an official opening, which has been a private library at Chester for decades. And the township finally thought, we've got to do something with this. It's a historic building. There's a whole story behind it. It's beautiful property, but we don't know what to do with it. So we asked South Shore Public if we could take it on as like a mini branch. The town is paying a librarian 2 days a week. So they're bringing it to shape, and people can borrow through South Shore Public. And so what it also means is that we can, the bookmobile that has been stopping in Chester can now service another site because Chester now has a place where they can access library. So it's a win-win all around. It's costing South Shore Public very, very little and bringing more programming and services to Chester. And I think we're very fortunate, but we do have to pay attention to the funding from the province because we cannot go on offering services as we do unless we see a little bit more.
And also with that, the South Shore Public Libraries is partnering with Schools Plus, Trinity United Church, the Mahone Bay Area Food Bank, and the Mahone Bay Center in offering free haircuts back to school. They will be holding a clothing drive the same day for students to come in with their families and pick out clothes. And last year it was a big hit. We had lovely clothes, and many families benefited from that activity as well. And it ran all day, and we were pushing people out the doors. They were to close up for the day, but it's a great partnership which just started with an idea 5 years ago, and has really blossomed into a much bigger event to help families prepare for a year back to school. So, and the South Shore Public Libraries is again joining us. So that's wonderful. All right, we have lots going on in our mighty town. Okay, we have no one for do we have anyone for public input? You would like to speak?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Come on forward.
Thank you. Very Hayson from Fairmont Street. I just noticed on your agenda that the modal land use plan was one of the items in your meeting packet. And I understand that it's actually been adopted at this point by modal, so it's now in effect. But I just wanted to make an observation about the Oakland protected area. And there was there are two provisions there, one of which concerns me. The first provision says that there should be no development within 75 meters of Oakland Lake effectively. And then the second provision says that natural vegetation must be maintained within 30 meters. And it just seems to me that if there is principle to this, that the principle should be the same for both development and protection of the natural vegetation. And I just wanted to bring that concern to the attention of council and suggest that might be something worth bringing forward to modal if it hasn't already been done. And I don't know whether or not that would have been done. But, in any event, that was why.
Well, yes, we're always concerned about our water. And Councillor Hoffman?
It was in fact brought up at asset management, and it's something has to be referred back to and discussed with modal. That's as far as it's got at the moment.
Okay, thank you for that piece of information. And Councillor Carter?
What is the process now for the abutting municipalities to provide feedback? Because it's required under the MGA that they give us notice about the changes, but what's the procedure for feedback?
I'm not sure of that.
It would be the same as the procedure for any feedback around any bylaw adoption. So it would have gone through a series of consultations and information meetings and gone for first reading, hearing, second reading for adoption. And that would have been opportunity to submit written submissions. council's within its bounds to send a letter. But as Mr. Hasty said, if it is in fact adopted, they may choose to heed any advice and make amendments, but it is potentially just newly adopted, so. You can give a council feedback on any legislation at any time. It's just a matter of when it's gonna be taken.
Thank you for that.
Could we just say?
Yes.
So we can't act on this input at this point, but we could make a notice of motion for another meeting.
We could write a letter, or it could come from asset management suggesting that we come to council and encourage council to write a letter, or
But we can't make that decision now.
now, not.
But we could make it a notice of motion for the September meeting.
I'm not, yeah, Councillor Wilson?
In the absence of Dylan, I'm not sure I'm right, but I think it's correct to say that you can make a motion on anything in the correspondence package.
Mhm.
You can't make a motion on presentations.
With
That's
the-
I'd suggest we might want to save this conversation till we actually get to the item.
Okay,
Until we actually get the,
to the item in the
oh,
correspondence.
yes.
Okay, are we agreeable to that? Till we get in that, and thank you for bringing that to, and voicing your concerns about that. Thank you, Barry.
Sure.
All right, we have no presentations today, so we'll move on to correspondence. 6.1, Social Open Doors Association, their June data report, and that was available for people to read. Yes, Councillor Carver?
Usually that information is in the committee reports today, so it's under correspondence. It sort of changed its status.
Oh,
It's not actually a committee though.
We sometimes get reports. from-
it's a report, yeah.
Yeah,
Committee report.
It's not our committee.
Yeah,
sort of makes more sense in a way.
to have it in correspondence. Okay, is that the reason? Okay,
I don't recall right off if there are council members that attend this. I don't think so. They're on this committee, so that's probably why it would have.
yeah, it usually just, it usually shows up in committee reports, that monthly report. Okay. All right, 6.2, Municipality of the District of Lunenburg. So, Councillor Wilson, did you want to open up that, since you let the cat out of the bag?
Just got this. Councilor Carver wishes to make a motion, she's welcome to do so.
I can't think of the words. Perhaps the chair of the asset management committee could.
Well, here it mentions proposed, not passed, by the way.
Okay.
So if that's the case, it's within process and within commentary period.
You're right.
The difficulty is that, as I recall, and God knows, I can't recall it that well, is that we've been looking at forestry management around the lake, and we did have the planner from Model speak to who went through a litany of everything that we can't do. We own the lake, but we can't. There's very little we can do, according to her interpretation of things, which really goes against the grain of what it takes to manage properly the grounds around the lake for enhancement of the water supply and that sort of
Right.
stuff.
And protection.
Yeah, so that needs to be worked out, and that what was left for the next meeting, so to speak. It might be that if these are proposed, we should first of all find out what the timeline is. What the timeline is on the proposal, and how long the opportunity is to raise some comments. I don't know if that's it.
Okay. Councillor McCarron?
Yes, in fact, it did pass last night.
Did, oh, so,
Yes, yes, so it's no longer proposed, but if we did have access to this planning document probably a month, more than a month ago now, because I remember reading through it. So if we had it, something, that would have been the time.
Deputy
So I think
Mayor.
it's important to understand that the town of Mahone Bay owns about 80% of the land surrounding the watershed. And the other 25% of the land that's not owned by the town of Mahone Bay is protected by the 66-foot Canadian Pacific Railway easement. So while I take Varian's point that, having the language of the document be crafted more succinctly, I mean, I think from a risk perspective, it's close to nil. I mean, that's the virtue of ownership, is that we can control the development. We choose to maintain our property's vegetation, then that's an operational issue for the town. But I do think that there's some merit in maybe referring the item to either the watershed committee or the asset management committee, or both, to see if those committees have any recommendations to council about how we could craft a letter to our satisfaction back to modal.
I would second the motion if you're making it.
Sure. So I guess if maybe we'll just refer the correspondence to the, what would you prefer? Brian, are you on both those committees?
Yes.
Watershed? Do you have a choice? Do you have a preference on where you'd rather deal with that?
Well, watershed is in fact dealing with the proposed forestry management thing, so it's probably watershed.
So fair enough. So I think we'll refer the correspondence to the watershed committee and seek their opinions on the setback information that's enclosed.
Okay. Do you have that motion, Bert? Okay, and second by Councillor Carver. Okay, any further discussion? No? All those in favor signify aye. Opposed? No? The motion is carried. Thank you. Going on to 6.3, Property Valuation Services Corporation Annual Report. Did you all enjoy reading that?
I just don't want it.
A nice little note from yours truly there,
Yeah.
early in the deck.
Yeah. This old Councillor Carver?
There were two fabulous photos of our deputy mayor in that report. And I want to congratulate the deputy mayor on his long service to the PVSC.
Ending in December. So
Ending this in December. Wow.
exactly.
Well,
Have all this
well
extra
done.
time to reallocate to the town of Mahone Bay business.
Well, you served well, Councillor. Any questions? No? Okay, we will does somebody want to make a motion to file for information? Councillor Wilson?
Receive and file.
Thank you. A seconder, Councillor McCarron. Okay, all those in favor signify aye. Opposed? The motion is carried. I'll get you on the next one. All right. Staff reports. Staff report to council, item 7.1. Items here, one completed, I see, two completed here. This is getting shorter. I'm sure we'll fill it up. Any discussion? Yeah. Would someone like to make a motion to,
I move that we accept the staff report for information, your worship.
thank you. Councillor Boone, you want to second that?
Sure.
Okay. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify aye. Opposed? The motion is carried. Thank you. 7.2, report of the clerk on the municipal planning strategy and land use bylaw amendments. We had a hearing earlier this evening and you may report.
Thank you, Mayor. So a public hearing was held on July 30th, 2026 to receive verbal and written submissions regarding the Town of Mahone Bay Municipal Planning Strategy and Land Use Bylaw to rezone PIDs 603-73107 and 603-73024 from a residential zone to parks and open space. There was one member of the public in attendance who gave comment, and there were 0 written submissions received at the hearing or prior to, and the hearing adjourned at 6:45.
Thank you. And is there a recommendation from the staff report to do second reading, or?
Yeah, if council is satisfied with the feedback they've heard and have no other considerations, then they can move to provide second reading to the amendments.
Heard this recommendation? Oh, yes, Councillor
I
Carver.
would like to make that motion that we
Okay.
provide second reading to the amendments.
Is there a
To
second?
rezone the kids as cited,
Okay, and second, was that?
commonly known as the old school dad.
I can say.
Councillor Wilson, thank you. Any discussion? No? Okay, all those in favor signify aye. Opposed? The motion is carried. Thank you. And with that information will get worked on, and that, I guess, final will be announced on social media that that it
Yeah,
passed.
so the next steps are to basically publicize it in a newspaper and file it with the department, and then it becomes effective once there's that ministerial acknowledgement and advertising.
Okay, thank you. All right, and that's been a lot of work for people on PAC, and they've worked hard on that with our planning team, so that's well done. Moving on to 8, there are no items coming forward, so we'll move on to 9, committee reports. We will look at 9.1, Policy and Strategy Committee meeting, July 20th, the draft minutes. Any discussion? I think there's homework to do on that one that all of you have received, and I've been reading the back and forth, and seems to be lots of good uptake, and appreciate everyone weighing in, and it's good pieces of information coming forward. So thank you for that. Oh yes, Councillor
Can I
Boone.
just get a clarification when you're looking for that feedback?
So in the email, I asked for the feedback by the end of August 7th.
Okay.
I've received a lot of emails and haven't gotten them put into the shared document yet, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get that done next week sometime,
Yeah.
so it's all in one spot.
All right, thank you.
And it doesn't have to be a lot, or, some things you agree with other people, you don't have to like repeat that, it's been said, so.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like being the last speaker on the,
It's my tactic usually.
speaker at a announcement and stuff, that everything's been said, and the final person is,
Yes.
okay, great, all right, that is, good to know. Would someone like to make a motion? Would maybe even, the chair, which is me, but I can't make that motion. Councillor Boone,
All right.
would you like to make the motion to accept the
Yes.
minutes? Seconder, Councillor Pulverman, thank you. All those in favor, signify aye. Opposed, nay. The motion is carried. Thank you, everybody. New business, Councillor Carver.
Yes, this is just a notice of motion. In our first meeting in September, I will bring a motion relating to the feeding of wildlife, primarily deer, with increasing numbers of reports of anaplasmosis. I think we have a very different climate now than the last time we tried to introduce not feeding wildlife bylaw. There was a lot of pushback at the time. So I think we didn't think it would be enforceable.
So that includes birds?
Well, that would be for us to decide when we frame this. My main concern at this point is deer. And we can talk about it some more, but that's what I have on my mind. I mean, people are feeding deer and people are feeding raccoons and people are feeding ducks in their backyards. So there's a lot of wildlife feeding happening. But I think the health issue, the health risk, the serious risk of anaplasmosis is, I think we really have to pay attention to that.
Okay. You do know that we have this notice of motion. All right. So, are there any questions or comments? That sort of ties up our business. It seems so short.
We're like Luna Brothers. I think.
Well, I know, I'm just like,
It's a short meeting agenda, yeah.
yes,
Mhm.
well, that's,
Closed session is not as short.
I realize that. But, how many, viewers do we have tonight?
6 right now.
6 right now, okay, well,
And
thank you.
I think about 3 of them are staffs.
Thank you for tuning in. We are going to move into closed session for, item MGA 22-2F, litigation or potential litigation. MGA 22-2A, acquisition, sale, lease, and security of municipal property. And MGA 22-2E, contract negotiations. Who would like to move that?
There, before we actually do that, do we want to ask if there's any questions out there?
I did
Did you
ask.
ask for
I did,
questions?
yeah,
No,
I did
okay,
ask.
sorry, I didn't hear that part. I'll make a motion then that we
Okay.
move into closed session
Okay.
for those items.
Okay, seconder, Councillor McCarron, thank you. All those in favor? Aye, opposed? The motion is carried. We will move into closed session.